This story came out yesterday in the media, and there was a bit of an uproar on social media by many youths about this proposed 15% increase. What is NANSO's reaction to this?
Yes, thank you. NANSO's position has always been clear moving forward that we have adopted Resolution 16, that the march towards free education is irreversible, whether we like it or not. And the 15% increase by the University of Namibia, it was a proposal. However, UNAM being a state institution, obviously the news leaked. One way or the other, the news leaked, and it was bound to leak. So our position has always been that we are marching towards free tertiary education, and we do not support any fee increase. We do not support it in any manner, because we even supported our brothers in South Africa on their march of no increase.
If we look at, 15%, you're saying it's a proposal, it's yet to be made official and yet to be announced, if that is the case. But indeed, if this happens, where does this leave the students in NANSO? I mean, yes, you're saying that you've always been clear about no fee increases, and perhaps, in fact, also from a vision perspective, having free tertiary education in the first place.
Yes. I've been in contact with my SRC presidents, both at our public institutions. We have two public institutions. That's the Polytechnic, soon to be the University of Science and Applied Technology, and also the University of Namibia. I've been in contact with them, and the directives are clear that we are not going to support any tuition increase, whether it's 15%, whether it's 10%, whether it's 0.1%. We are not going to support any increase. Our directives are clear. And if push comes to shove, we are ready to, whether it's to also go in the same direction, like our brothers in South Africa of shut down. And we cannot afford to shut down. We have two institutions only of public learning, which is the Polytechnic and the University of Namibia. But if the 15% increase has to go through, we are ready, whether it's to shut down, whether it's to protest. And we are ready in any way as students. We have mobilized our students, and they are on standby.
Well, if you look at the situation now, South African students are lauded worldwide for their endurance and steadfastness. Does Namibia have, is NANSO in a position to be able to mobilize students to that extent that they can be able to go ahead and whether it's that you're saying shut down or protest and so forth, looking at the fact that there have been a lot of complaints around some of the infights in NANSO and some of the disappointments and certain groups that are in NANSO that are not happy with the current leadership?
You see, that's the mistake we must never make, and we cannot afford to make. South Africa have run about over 25 universities. In Namibia, we only have two institutions of higher learning. We have the Polytechnic of Namibia and the University of Namibia. Before I leave this studio, we have already mobilized. If we want to shut down, it's easy to go to the Polytechnic of Namibia. We have 18,000 students. We go to the University of Namibia with their 12 campuses. We have run about 21,000 students. So in terms of mobilizing, it's easy. It's a walk in the park, and we can do it. And it has nothing to do with infights. It's nothing have to do with NANSO's infights. This is the right to free tertiary education, and we have been saying it all along. And we are hearing politicians making statements now after what happened in South Africa, that the loans must be turned into grants, and that they are looking into certain fields being made priority high field of giving free tertiary education, such as engineering, perhaps, and medicine. But these are the things that we have been saying, that we are not going to pay back the loans. We have said it, and we have made it clear. We are not going to pay back NASFAF loans.
Yes. So you say, so those are the two positions that you're taking now going forward, that you're not going to pay back the NSFAF loans, and going forward, if there's any increase, whether it is the Polytechnic of Namibia, which is going to become University of Science and Technology, or whether it's the UNAM, or the proposed 15% increase, that you are not going to adhere to any of that.
I think that's very clear. We are not going to adhere to any increase, and also we have made it clear already at the beginning of the year that we have mobilized our students, and we encourage our students not to repay back the loans. You see, students are not customs, they did not apply to be born. We have the right to education as stipulated in Article 20 of the Namibian Constitution. So we are saying that instead of paying back those loans, they must send some money back home to support their parents,